Let's talk about Héctor Castro. You might know him as a World Cup hero, but his greatest victory, well, that was a secret he carried with him every single time he stepped onto the pitch.
I mean, we're talking about the biggest stage in football, where he scored goals that literally defined his nation's history. But what's incredible is that behind all the cheering crowds and the shiny trophies, there was this story of just unbelievable resilience, a personal triumph that, honestly, overshadowed every single goal he ever scored.
So, to really get a handle on this legend, we gotta go back, way back, to 1930, the very first World Cup. This is where it all started. Just try to imagine the pressure, right? It's the first World Cup ever, and your country is hosting it. The eyes of the whole world are on you. But even more than that, your entire nation is counting on you. That was the stage set for Héctor Castro.
And look, he didn't just show up to play. No, he made history right from the get-go. In Uruguay's opening match against Peru, he scores the first goal ever in the brand new Estadio Centenario. Can you believe that? A stadium built specifically for the world's biggest tournament, and a hometown hero is the guy who scores its very first goal. Just incredible.
But wait, he wasn't done. Not by a long shot. Fast forward to the final. They're playing against their biggest rivals, Argentina. The game is tight, the championship is on the line. And who scores the final goal to seal a 4-2 victory? Héctor Castro. So he opens the tournament with a historic goal and closes it by winning the whole thing. Talk about poetic.
You see, that 1930 World Cup wasn't just some flash in the pan. It wasn't a one-off moment of glory. It was really the centerpiece of an entire career that was just built on scoring goals and pure dominance.
And it's not like he was just a clutch player who showed up for the big moments. He was consistently brilliant. Playing for the Uruguay national team, La Celeste, he racked up an incredible 18 goals in only 25 games. That's an amazing strike rate.
I mean, just look at this timeline. It's insane. He becomes a South American champion in 26, wins an Olympic gold medal in 28, lifts the very first World Cup in 30, and then, just for good measure, wins the South American title again in 35. The man literally won everything there was to win.
Okay, but we're here to talk about the secret, right? The part of his story that makes all of this, well, it makes it almost impossible to believe.
Just think about that for a second. What could possibly be hidden behind a career that's so public, so decorated with trophies? What was the one thing that the commentators and even the fans back then almost never talked about?
Well, here it is. As a teenager, Héctor Castro had a terrible accident. He accidentally amputated his right forearm while using an electric saw. So, yeah, he played his entire trophy-packed career with only one arm. His nickname? El Divino Manco, which translates to the one-armed god. How incredible is that?
Let's just let that sink in for a minute. Look at this. On one side, you've got the absolute pinnacle of what you can achieve in sports. And on the other, the reality of how he did it. He dominated the most popular sport on the planet while dealing with something that would have ended the career of pretty much anyone else.
But Castro's story doesn't stop there, not even close. His incredible determination and that brilliant football mind, they were just as sharp once he stepped off the pitch for good.
So, after he hung up his boots as a player, he moved into coaching with his beloved club, Nacional, one of the absolute giants of Uruguayan football, and, well, he proved his genius for the game was far from over.
Get this. As a coach, he led the team to an astonishing 5 league titles. That includes 4 in a row. He showed everyone that his understanding of the game was just as powerful from the sideline as it was when he was out there on the field. This guy wasn't just a great player, he was a complete footballing legend through and through.
So what does it all mean? What's the lasting legacy of El Divino Manco, the one-armed god?
He sadly passed away from a heart attack when he was just 55, but the story he wrote on the football pitches of South America and all over the world, that story is absolutely immortal.
And it really leaves you with something to think about, Héctor Castro's incredible story was basically hidden in plain sight for decades. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other amazing stories of triumph, of overcoming the odds, how many of those are still out there, just waiting for us to find them?